KMTV Action 3 News live at 10 starts now.
Deep cuts as West Side administrators look to close a $4 million budget deficit. Tonight, elementary school Spanish is out, but decision makers spared a popular program. The band will keep playing and the instructor will stay. Good evening, I'm Craig DeGrelli.
And I'm Jennifer Griswold. Tonight, parents and community members made their final pleas to the school board. KMTV Action 3 News reporter Nick Starling was there and explains the new strategy.
This is part of the petition asking board members to reconsider some of the budget cuts that they have listed in the proposal, asking for administration to cut their pay to save teaching jobs. Well, they got part of their wish tonight.
We're concerned about what's happening and we're concerned about the future, and we want to make the future better.
Patrick Linehan is one of the parents who started the petition, asking for the Westside administration to cut their pay to help keep programs and jobs in the district.
They're concerned about the past, they're concerned about the spending, they're concerned about the trajectory of where the district is going.
Also outraged by the proposed budget cuts is Reverend A. David Paul, saying the district administration should make an example of this process by cutting their salaries.
Being selfless and making sacrifices is imperative to be great, and we want to make Westside great.
In the board meeting Monday night, about a half dozen people spoke against the recommended cuts, including high school senior Isaiah Langworth, who says the substance abuse counselor currently on the chopping block helped him.
She saved my life. She saved my friend's life.
And he doesn't think the elementary Spanish program should be eliminated either.
We're eliminating foreign language in the time when our brains are developing as much.
In the end, that program is eliminated. The instructional music teacher will not be cut, and Superintendent Blake McCann will not take a salary increase, along with other administrators. Those recommendations do not sit well with Linehan.
Parents moved to this district for the Westside advantage. Unfortunately, that Westside advantage is starting to wither away, and we all need to wake up, pay attention, and start getting motivated and activated.
Now, this is pretty much the done deal. This proposal goes all the way into the fall when the board members all take a final vote on the entire budget. Reporting outside Westside Community Schools headquarters, Nick Starling, KMTV Action 3 News.
We have an announcement from Montclair Elementary School tonight. They will be closed tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. Millard Public Schools said there was extensive damage to a power breaker, and it will take some time to fix it.
Now, your Weather Alert First Forecast.
Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jim Flowers. Certainly spring in the air, not only today, but also this evening. If you've been out at all, ratings here in Omaha currently at 58, 62 right now in Lincoln, 61 in Columbus. Over the last 24 hours, temperatures, we've had a 23-degree change in readings from the same time last night. Now, there are some big changes on tap as we head into Wednesday. Could be looking at a few showers, maybe an evening thunder shower, going over to snow in the evening. Yes, it will accumulate. And then as we head into Thursday, things settle down once again. I'll tell you what I'm expecting. That is coming up.
A new Omaha high school is a step closer to reality tonight thanks to an OPS board vote.
The land purchase sailed through tonight. New homes are going up in far northwest Omaha, and pretty soon, kids who live in those neighborhoods will need a high school to go to. Reporter Kelly Bartnick is live where the meeting is still going on right now. Kelly.
Craig, OPS will spend more than $1.3 million on that land that's near 156th and Ida. The plan passed with unanimous approval on the board's consent agenda tonight. The agenda also included several other bond projects to schools set to be remodeled as part of the district's $420 million bond issued by voters in 2014. Board members say this is the season of construction on many of those projects covered by the bond issue. But that is not what's keeping them here so late tonight. Another big topic of the evening is an expanded social worker program at OPS schools. Now, that would initially be funded by a nearly $7.5 million grant by the Buffett-backed Sherwood Foundation, and it would add up to 19 new social workers in OPS schools. About a half a dozen people spoke in support of that program tonight.
In my years as a school social worker, I had one major goal in everything I did, and that goal was the ultimate success of the students in the classroom.
Sometimes I've seen some issues such as a little girl who's washing out her clothes in the sink at school because her family doesn't have a washer and dryer. And then the PTO and the school trying to figure out ways to help this family.
One of the details of that grant is that it is not required to be renewed, so that could leave the OPS board on the hook to pay those additional counselors if that grant is ever not awarded to the district. That is part of the discussion that is going on here this evening, which looks to be a late night. Reporting live at OPS headquarters tonight, Kelly Bartnick, Action 3 News.
The woman Council Bluffs police wanted to talk to about a murder turned herself in. Detectives had a material witness warrant for 22-year-old Rachel Lewis. They interviewed her and then released her. Someone shot 22-year-old Anthony Walker in an apartment on Glen Avenue in West Pierce in Council Bluffs earlier this month. Patrick Schutz was injured in the shooting. Ben Lean, Wesley Correa Carminati, and Marcus Davis face murder charges in this case. Police say they do not expect any more arrests.
Towing a car turned out to be dangerous work for an Omaha police officer late this morning. A man ran out of a house at 22nd and F and rushed the officer. When additional cops arrived, the guy pulled a knife and slashed one of them. Police had to use a taser to take him down. They booked this guy right here, Isaias Cortez Garcia, for assault and possessing meth. Tonight, the injured lawman is back home.
Tonight, we're getting a new look at the man accused of robbing a gas station at gunpoint earlier this month. Police say this man held up the Mega Saver near 107th and Blondo 2 weeks ago. This is newly released surveillance footage. An employee says the robber had a gun and demanded money and then ran out of the store.
Accused of duping vacation seekers out of more than $4 million, the owner of Creative Creations in Omaha went to federal court today and claimed she's not guilty. 30-year-old Patricia Urbanovsky faces 16 counts of wire fraud and various charges of money laundering. The indictment says Urbanovsky ran her business similar to a Ponzi scheme, that she sold travel vouchers for discounted prices. They turned out to be worthless. Her lawyer told us she made mistakes but is not a criminal.
A Norfolk mother now accused of causing the injuries that killed her daughter is scheduled to appear in court tomorrow. Documents show Carla Montoya told investigators she threw her daughter, 4-year-old Kaylee Haney, multiple times onto a bed where she may have hit her head. The little girl died last night in a hospital in Omaha. Prosecutors upgraded charges against Montoya to intentional child abuse resulting in death. Kaylee Haney had a fractured skull and other injuries. Doctors kept her alive until Sunday so her organs could be donated.
The 2012 U.S. Supreme Court ruling that outlawed mandatory life sentences for young killers is giving a Nebraska man a chance at freedom. Today, a judge resentenced Kelvin Anderson to 82 years in prison. With good time and time served, he will be eligible for parole in 3 years. In 1977, Anderson killed Bob McGinnis. The judge sentenced him to life in prison. Anderson was a juvenile. Today's resentencing brought back a lot of bad memories for the victim's family.
My brother was my best friend. We bowled together, went to a lot of bars together. You know, it's sad. It's just a sad situation.
The Supreme Court ruling is affecting thousands of other cases nationwide.
The U.S. Supreme Court has rejected Nebraska and Oklahoma's push to have Colorado's pot legalization declared unconstitutional. Governor Pete Ricketts responded to the ruling, saying his talks with law enforcement along the Colorado-Nebraska border reveal crime tied to the industry has spilled into Nebraska. Ricketts also says his administration will continue to work to protect the state from, quote, Colorado's mistake in legalizing this dangerous drug.
Lawmakers in Lincoln have snuffed out a huge increase in the tobacco tax that would have generated millions of dollars for the state's property tax credit fund and public health programs. The Revenue Committee rejected the plan to hike the tax on cigarettes from 64 cents to $2.14 a pack. The bill's sponsor says the defeat shows just how powerful the tobacco industry is.
Tomorrow morning at the Capitol, the governor will unveil the new design for Nebraska's standard license plates. It will replace the Meadowlark and Goldenrod plates in circulation since 2011. The DMV will start issuing the new plates in January.
Some incredible action on the hardwood over the last 4 nights, and the March Madness will crank up again later this week. It's the Sweet 16. Our coverage airs Thursday with Miami tipping off against Villanova at 6 o'clock. That's followed by Maryland versus Kansas at 8:40. On Friday, Iowa State takes on Virginia at 6, followed by Gonzaga and Syracuse. KMTV Action 3 News will air right after the late games.
President Obama's historic visit to Cuba is a game changer for the history books.
Tonight, the plight of one Omahan who believes the Cuban government owes her family a lot of money. That's next.
Coming up in weather, 70s give way to snow. I'll tell you when it arrives, when it will end, and how much we will see right after the break.
The power of Action 3 News in the palm of your hand. When you see breaking news, send it to iContribute@KMTV.com. From weather to traffic, if it's important to you, it's important to us. Send it to iContribute@KMTV.com.
For a limited time, you can get a great deal on this Passat.
Wow, it looks really good.
Volkswagen believes safety is very important, so all 11 models come standard with an intelligent crash response system. 7 stability-enhancing systems. And equipment for 2 child seats.
For those who take safety seriously, like we do. The Volkswagen Safety in Numbers event is happening now. Lease a 2016 Passat S for $189 a month, plus you can get a $1,250 Volkswagen reward card.
The Discount Tire Winter Tire Clearance is going on right now, and you can get incredible savings. Get up to a $100 Visa prepaid card when you buy a set of 4 winter tires. Get another Visa prepaid card for $50 when you buy them with your Discount Tire credit card. That's a total of up to $150 in savings when you buy a set of 4 winter tires. Better hurry. When they're gone, they're gone. Thank you. Discount Tire.
What's the most awarded car company of the year, ranking from top to bottom?
Luxury cars seem like they would be top awarded.
Better be some awards behind what you're paying for, right?
The final answer?
Uh-oh.
Chevy, the most awarded car company 2 years in a row.
Wow, it's like a luxury car.
I was shocked. I mean, it's like, this is Chevy?
Current qualified GM lessees can get a sign and drive lease on this Chevy Cruze Limited for around $179 per month.
See your Heartland Chevy dealers.
At Dreamscape Homes, we make your dreams come true. We customize, build, and now do remodeling too, all to your expectations. Visit our model home at 192nd and Giles. To schedule an appointment, call 402-680-0886. Dreamscape Homes, making dreams come true.
Shop Nebraska Furniture Mart's spring lowdown sale for the lowest prices ever on select items.
History is made today with the first official talks between the United States and Cuba in more than 5 decades. President Obama met with Cuban President Raul Castro in Havana. Castro wants the U.S. to lift the trade embargo and to return the Guantanamo Bay naval base to Cuba. The president says he had a frank and candid discussion with Castro about democracy and human rights.
Our growing engagement with Cuba is guided by one overarching goal: advancing the mutual interests of our 2 countries, including improving the lives of our people, both Cubans and Americans.
President Obama attended this wreath-laying ceremony in Cuba today before meeting with Castro.
The president's historic visit to Cuba is raising a lot of new questions as to what we have to gain. And what about the families oppressed for decades by Fidel Castro?
It's a day many thought they would never see. Reporter Maya Sine spoke with a UNO professor and a woman with ties to the country to try to answer some of those big questions. Maya.
Jen, Craig, today President Barack Obama and Cuban President Raul Castro discussed trade between the 2 countries. But local Carolyn Chester Lamb says before trading begins, Cuba needs to give American families fair compensation for the American properties Fidel Castro seized in the 1950s, including hers.
I'm a certified claimant because in 1964 our government passed legislation to allow those American citizens who were American at the time to prove what their assets were that were lost. It took many years. And then after our government certified those claims, they put a value to each claim.
Carolyn's father, Edmund Chester, worked in the media business in Havana for years. He purchased 80 acres of land and purchased stock in the Cuban telephone company. But all that was lost after Fidel Castro took over and seized all of their property. She says Obama's visit with Castro today was not about human rights, it's about business.
It's never been about, the freedom. It's about, legacy. The president wants to leave a legacy. It's about, making money in Cuba.
Assistant Vice Chancellor at the University of Nebraska says Obama's administration has the right intentions in meeting with Castro.
Part of it is we don't have any trust in one and the other.
In order to reconcile the issues, they're going to have to build up enough confidence in one another that they can follow through on the agreements that they make with each other. So that's going to be important, and I think that President Obama taking the initiative and going there is really kind of helped to move that process forward.
Chester says the first step should be addressing the claims, but is happy for the Cuban people who are excited for the new diplomatic relations.
Hopefully things will change. Who knows? Maybe the gringo dinero will make things different.
Severe Weather Awareness Week brought to you by Pyramid Roofing.
Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Jim Flowers. This is Severe Weather Awareness Week. Today, we start out by talking about the differences between a watch and a warning. I know these are still confusing. A watch means literally watch the skies for changes. Get an action plan into effect. Find out where the kids are going. If they're going to their friend's house, find out how long they're going to be there, because if a warning is issued, things can happen very, very quickly. And a warning means that severe weather is imminent. A tornado's been spotted, hail's likely, very strong winds. So it's extremely important to actually have your plan in place prior to the warning when that watch is issued. Now, we will be following the Weather Service's guidelines this week. Tomorrow we'll be talking about some storms, and then on Wednesday we will talk about tornadoes. Let's take a look at the headlines here the next several days. 70s are set to move in for tomorrow. Now, believe it or not, they'll give way to snow Wednesday night. That will be followed by possibly a mixture of maybe some rain and snow as we head toward Easter. The last 2 weeks in March here and the first week in April are looking quite cold. Now, I'm going to fast forward a little bit because this is when the action starts to roll in on Wednesday. You can see some showers here, maybe even some thunder. I would not be surprised to see some thunder as we change over to snow by 7 o'clock Wednesday evening. Possibly some moderate to heavy snow between 7 and 9 o'clock. Could conceivably snow at some point at 2 inches an hour. Then this whole system pushes very quickly off toward the east. In terms of amounts, it looks like 1 to 2 inches across most of the area, locally 3. And I think what may actually happen is we could have 3, possibly even 4 fall, but because of the warm ground and warm air temperatures, this is going to tend to compress down. Slightly heavier amounts off to the northeast and also off to the northwest. As a result, Threat Tracker is in the moderate category for Wednesday evening for that rain going over to some snow. Radar tonight, all clear across the region. Temperatures are very mild. In fact, we've just now dipped below 60. It is still 62 in Lincoln, 61 in Fall City. 58 outdoors at Epley. They have a southeast wind currently at 15 miles an hour. Some high clouds this evening. No big deal tonight or tomorrow, but it does look quite warm tomorrow. Readings overnight tonight will settle back into the mid-40s. As we head toward lunch tomorrow, readings will quickly climb into the lower 60s, and in the afternoon, not as windy, but temperatures will likely reach mid and upper 70s for highs. 45 tonight, sunshine, 77 for tomorrow. Then as we head toward Wednesday night, the changes roll in. They're done by Thursday. However, there is another system waiting in the wings Easter weekend and early next week. Another potential storm there as well. Let's take a look at tonight's weather alert. Kid McKenna is ready for those 70s. She's got a big smile. 45 to start tomorrow. Craig, Jen.
All right, Jim, somebody woke up Old Man Winter.
Yeah.
Before he went to sleep
stirring.
for good, I'll say. The long-awaited showdown between the federal government and tech giant Apple hits a busy signal tonight.
We'll tell you why the government may not need Apple's cooperation to break into a terrorist's phone.
The Harlem Globetrotters, Friday, April 8th at the CenturyLink Center. You can win a family 4-pack of tickets with the KMTV-3 Globetrotter giveaway. Go to KMTV.com and register for your chance to win tickets to this one-of-a-kind family experience. KMTV.com for details.
Plaza's gone mad, in a good way. With March discount pricing on select remaining 2015 Sierra 1500 trucks in stock. It's a trade-in, trade-up sale you don't want to miss. While they last, get 23% off MSRP. That's savings up to $11,410. This is a limited time offer. We encourage you to come early for the best selection. Plaza Buick GMC, 120th and L, Omaha.
In the next 5 years, Omaha will add nearly 53,000 new jobs. That's why Metropolitan Community College is moving forward with our community partners to expand our Fort Omaha campus to include a construction education center and Center for Advanced and Emerging Technology. Metropolitan Community College is connected to the Omaha business community.
This spring, your neighborhood gets a whole lot bigger when you drive a fuel-efficient Ford car or SUV. So whether you're taking in the show, finding a bite to eat, or making new friends, when you have a Ford with powerful technology, performance, and great gas mileage, the possibilities are endless. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now get 0% financing for 66 months, plus up to $3,090 in total savings, or lease a 2016 Ford Escape for just $219 a month. Visit your Midwest Ford dealers today.
Compare and save during Truck Month at Ashley Ford. Get 0% financing and a free extended warranty. Plus save $12,000 on a new Super Crew F-150. Or drive a 2015 Super Crew for just $229 a month. Compare and save at Omaha's Ford Leader, Ashley Ford or AshleyFord.com.
Yes, I win!
Rewind.
Dude!
Heads up. Oh, rewind. Rewind.
If you're in a wreck, call Intertech.
With 7 locations in the metro and easy-to-use Snapshot Estimator web app, Intertech can get you that rewind safely and faster.
If you're in a wreck, call Intertech.
Brought to you by Intertech Collision.
One teen is dead and 3 others injured after a rollover crash outside Neola, Iowa. The accident happened just before 6 o'clock tonight, and tonight we are learning the teens are students at Tri-Center High School and had just left track practice. The Potawatomi County Sheriff's Department tells us the pickup rolled once and ended up in a ditch. LifeNet was requested but could not fly due to high winds.
Tomorrow's court hearing over the FBI's demand that Apple hack into a terrorist's iPhone is now postponed. A federal judge was expected to decide whether Apple would be required to help authorities unlock the iPhone of San Bernardino mass killer Saeed Farouk. But in court papers submitted this afternoon, the Justice Department said it might have found a way into the phone without Apple's help. Apple has argued unlocking the phone would require new software that could jeopardize the security of any iPhone. The Creighton Blue Jays are getting some valuable experience winning and advancing in the NIT.
Who's benefiting the most from the postseason experience? That's next in sports.